You don't want love, you want permission to orbit my light without the mission. You like the way I hold space but not accountability. You sip my peace like wine and call it chemistry. You speak in maybes, move in convenience. Show up loud, disappear when it's inconvenient. You love my body calm, my mind too sharp. You want the benefit, not the part where you grow a heart. Good intentions don't audition, they arrive prepared. Bad intentions hurts affection, then vanish when it's time to care. What was your intention with me? Be honest, don't clean it up. Was I a refuge, a distraction, or just somewhere soft to dump your stuff? Good intentions don't confuse me, they don't breadcrumb my worth. Bad intentions feel like hunger, dressed up as let's see where this goes first. So tell me, what was your intention with me? You confuse mystery with depth and silence with restraint, but avoidance ain't emotional intelligence, it's just fear, wearing cologne and restraint. You like how I understand but hate being understood. You want me intuitive, patient while you stay comfortably misunderstood. You call it moving slow, but you're moving scared. You want loyalty on layaway and trust you haven't earned. You ask for grace like it's automatic but never extend it back. You want divine access with a surface level contract. If it's real, it's consistent. If it's fake, it's poetic. If it's love, it expands me. If it's you, it's exhausting and aesthetic. What was your intention with me? Entertainment or truth? You wanted the glow, not the grounding, the reward, not the proof. Good intentions feel clarifying, like breath after a storm. Bad intentions feel exciting, then leave me colder than before I was warm. So tell me, what was your intention with me? Yeah, let me make it simple. If I have to ask, it's already wrong. If I feel anxious, it's already off. If your effort expires when comfort ends, you didn't want me, you wanted access to how I love. I'm not a lesson, I'm not a phase, I'm not a right now till you're brave. I'm not your mirror, I'm not your muse, I'm not your healing if you refuse. What was your intention with me? Cause mine was clean and clear. I showed up whole, not half interested, not hiding behind fear. Good intentions leave no residue, they don't haunt, they don't linger. Bad intentions leave fingerprints and act surprised when I pull my energy back quicker. Next time you want my softness, bring your spine. Next time you want my body, bring intention that can stand the test of time. Because confusion is not chemistry, and proximity is not love. You knew what you were doing. Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the love palace. Welcome to a daily dose of D. Wrap yourself in satin, truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of D. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the love palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of D. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills,
Intention. Sometimes life don't fall apart. It falls into place. But only when you move like you meant to be here. See, anybody can walk forward, but it takes a different kind of spirit to walk forward on purpose. Intention is that heartbeat behind the action, the whisper behind the choice, the compass inside the chaos. It's the silent why inside your chest, the thing your soul says, believe your mouth ever speaks before your mouth ever speaks. And if you quiet the noise long enough, you'll hear it guiding you, pulling you toward the vision of you that knows better, loves harder, and lives deeper. Tonight, we're just not talking about intention, we're going to peel it open, sit with it, breathe with it, and understand why you do it different when you move deliberately. So settle in the Love Palace family. This is a journey on purpose. Welcome to Daily Dose of D. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of D. I am your host, Goddess of Your Love. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday? I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Today, we're going to call this shout out to Sirius First Lady. She put this in Blended Healing's chat this morning, Thriving Tuesday. Did I say it was Thursday? I hope I said it was Tuesday. Y'all, my brain be getting all the dates mixed up. So today here at Daily Dose of D, we're going to call this Thriving Tuesday because we're going to be thriving for something today. You know what we're going to be thriving for? That is the word of the day. The word of the day that we are thriving for is intention, everybody. Intention is a thing that intended an aim or plan, the healing process of a wound. And let's not forget the quote of the day. It's a very, very simple quote. Our intentions create our reality by Wayne W. Dyer. So, yes, family, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Okay? So, have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, checking off your to do list, hitting your targets, but still feeling like you're just drifting away? Today, we're talking about the missing ingredient, and that missing ingredient is attention. This isn't just a buzzword, it's a fundamental shift in how you relate to the world. Let's get into what it actually means to live an intentional life. Family, when we talk about intention, we're talking about the mental direction behind an action. Intention literally means stretching forward. It comes from the Latin word intentio, meaning a purpose, a plan, an aim, but originally from intiguere, to stretch, direct, or aim at. Think about that. Your intention is what your inner world is reaching toward, even when you haven't said it out loud. It's your mind leaning into a direction before your feet catch up. It's the blueprint behind your behavior. That's why intention has a lot of weight. It's not an accident, not a whim, and not even a move. It's a direction, a force, a reason behind the movement. It's about aim and purpose. Words that relate to intention include intention, being the state of focus, resolve, or deliberateness. It's the mental state that precedes an action. It's the why behind the what. Words related to intention tell us that energy that this concept can hold. So we have words like purpose, aim, motive, resolve. There's drive, mindset, focus, desire, commitment, and even determination. These aren't passive words, these are words with a spine. So tell us, they tell us intention isn't just a thought, it's a thought with traction, a thought that wants to manifest, a thought that accepts legs, motion, form. When you hear these related words, they carry a vibration of clarity and power. They signal direction, responsibility, responsibility, and ownership. When you live with intention, you're not drifting, you are directing. So, this episode of Daily Dose of D is brought to you by the ones who move with purpose, not impulse. It's your vibing with this energy. So, grab your tea, your water, your soda, whatever you need to do to hydrate your soul. And don't go anywhere because we're just getting warmed up right after this year.
I wanted to talk about intention, okay? So I pulled up my little dictionary.com, and intention, the meaning of the word is an act or instance of determining mentally upon some action or result. So if we take just that word and we apply that to our goals, what does that mean? I think number one, it means you have to start with the end in mind. You've got to have a picture of what it is that you want. What is going to be the ending? What would that look like?
Welcome back, family. I'm glad you guys are still here with me today. We are talking about the word intention. So now we're going to talk wrong. We're going to talk healed, and we're going to heal smart. And we're going to live with intention. So let's go ahead and get into it. Acting with intention is about slowing down long enough to ask yourself one powerful question: why am I doing this? When you move intentionally, you're no longer reacting, you're responding, you're choosing. Acting with intention means you don't let life yank you around like a loose thread. You pause before you speak, you breathe before you decide, you consider before you commit. You're fully awake at the will of your own behavior. It's walking into a room with clarity instead of stumbling into it with confusion. It's choosing relationships because they align, not because they're convenient. Speaking of relationships, you make sure you go over there and listen to Linda Hill Rounds run that back her live today. She has some good things to talk about cupping season. Now back to the subject. Intention is living in a way that feels like you're shaping life instead of life shaping you. Acting with intention means entering a pause between the stimulus and your response. So, this means awareness. You can't be intentional if you aren't aware of your current state. It means choice, recognizing that you have a choice in every moment and decision that you make. This means alignment, checking if that choice matches who you want to be. When you act with intentions, you know what? You're choosing to operate from a place of clarity instead of chaos. You are no longer letting your moods, your triggers, your wounds steer the steering wheel. You're taking responsibility for the emotional weather inside you. You pause before you speak because you understand that every word has a vibration. And once released, you can't pull it back. Words are powerful. Acting intently means you honor your internal GPS. You don't silence it. You don't override it. You don't betray it. You allow it to guide you toward choices that reflect who you want to become and who you used to be. Intention, honestly, it's being brutal honest. The kind where you have to admit, I'm reacting out of fear right now. Or this isn't love. This is just an attachment. This is convenience. Or I'm choosing this because it feels familiar, not because it's good for me. When you live intentionally, you confront the truth instead of hiding from it. You clean up your patterns. You stop blaming others for the choices you made unconsciously. You start navigating life with your eyes open instead of walking blindfolded into situations you later call lessons. And here's the beautiful part, family. People who act with intention radiate a different kind of peace. You feel me? They don't need validation from the room because they already validated themselves. Period. They don't need to impress anyone because they already impressed by their own growth. Their energy is stable, grounded, and clear. Their boundaries are consistent. You trust them not because they're perfect, because there's no such thing as perfection, but because they're your thoughts. It's you. Their inside matches their outside. When you reach the level that your life stops feeling random, you begin to feel alive. Okay? So, we're going to talk about the core of integrity. So, the core of integrity, the core value, of intention is integrity. Let me say that again. The core value of intention is integrity. And integrity means doing the right thing when nobody else is listening. When your internal aim matches your external action, you feel whole. But but where do intentions come from? You might ask. They aren't just thoughts. They are born from your values and your desires. If your value is connection, your intention for a dinner date will be different than if you have it for the value of efficiency. Intentions are the bridge between your soul's value and your physical action. The core value of intention is that it returns your power back to you. Without intention, life becomes a series of reactive movements. You respond to other people's moods, the environment, your impulses, and whatever is trending in your mind that day. But with intention, you regain authorship. You become the narrative of your own story instead of a background character in someone else's. Let me say that again. With intention, you regain authorship. You become the narrative of your own story instead of a background character in someone else's. Intention gives you actions, gives your actions depth. It prevents your relationship from becoming very surface level. It stops you from chasing temporary highs and teaches you how to build things that last. When you set an intention for how you want to show up, whether it's a parent, a friend, a partner, or a leader, you create emotional consistency. You show up as the same version of yourself even when the circumstances shift. That's power. That's presence. The value of intention is also protection. It protects your energy because it keeps you aligned what matters to you. When you are intentional, you don't get easily distracted. You don't say yes when you mean to say no. You don't overextend yourself for people who don't want to stretch themselves for you. Intention keeps you anchored in your truth, which means you no longer get swept away by storms around you. It means you stand firm, you stand tall, and you stand rooted. Intentions arise from your internal landscape. It's your belief, it's your emotion, it's your habits, your fears, and your values. Some intentions come from scars and things that you had to go through to get to where you are. The instinct to protect yourself, to avoid abandonment, to keep peace, to not disappoint anyone. These protective intentions often operate in the background like old software still running, even if you have to upgrade to your computer or to your life. And until you examine that quietly protect your choice. Okay? So, other intentions can come from the highest self, the highest version of you, the part of you that wants emotional freedom, authentic love, deeper understanding, creativity, and even peace. When intentions comes from a healed self, they feel expensive. You know what else it does? It starts opening doors. It starts softening your heart. It moves you toward growth instead of survival mode. Intentions also come from the stories that you lived in your life. If you grew up in chaos, your intention may be peace. If you grew up unseen, your intention may be visibility. If you grew up unsupported, your intention may be community. Every experience plants a seed, and that seed becomes a desire. That desire becomes an intention, and that intention becomes the lens you view the world through. The more you learn about yourself, the purer your intentions become. The more you heal, the more your intentions shift from fear based, love based. This is why self awareness isn't optional at all. It's the soil to your intentions for your intentions to grow. Well, family, we're halfway through the journey. So let's take a deep breath of all those things that we have talked about. Let's take a deep breath with intention, okay? Take a sip of that drink that you have. Take a moment, and I'll be right back for Daily Dose of D right after this message.
Skin like velvet, oils got me blessed. Every drop a ritual, every move finesse. Candles lit steady, aura set high. When I walk in the room, watch the envy go. Essentials only keep it real, no stress.
She rooted in the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen cows with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plant to plate, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, this ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you.
Welcome back, kings and queens. Make sure you subscribe to Holistic Royalty by Kels. You see, her and Shamaka Essentials have united. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell you. Go over there and check the channel out. She did a live yesterday regarding products, and so did Brenda Hillen. If y'all missed it, y'all go check it out. Make sure you check out Holistic Royalty by Kels. And then if you want to get some tinctures, you can reach her by Instagram, Holistic Royalty by Kels, and TikTok as well. Okay? So let's go ahead and go back into our discussion. Now we're going to talk about intention versus goals. This is where people get confused. I, at one time, was confused about this as well. Because goals are about the future and the result. Example, I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay? For real, for real. Intention is about the present and the progress. Process and progress. I need to nourish my body today in order to lose the 10 pounds. Goals can be pressured, competitive, achievement-based, and stressful at times. They rely on matrix, milestones, especially like if you're in the workplace, right? But intentions are softer, deeper, and more sustainable. They guide your emotional tone, your interaction style, and the way you navigate through challenges and obstacles. A goal can succeed or fail, but an intention doesn't fail, it evolves. Let's say you want to get married. The goal is marriage, what? Okay. But the intention behind it might be partnership, growth, emotional safety, and shared purposes. If the relationship ends, the goal wasn't achieved, but the intention can still guide you toward a deeper, healthier connection later on. Intentions create fulfillment, even when the goals don't go as planned. That's why a lot of spiritual teachers say live in intention and not expectation. Let me say that part again. Live in intention and not expectation, because intention aligns you with the higher version of yourself, while goals align you with outcomes that you can't always control. Human values are not just beliefs, they are living intention. Compassion carries the intention to reduce suffering. Honesty carries the intention to create clarity and trust. You see how that goes? Courage carries the intention to expand beyond fear. Loyalty carries the intention to maintain a deep connection. Respect carries the intention to honor another's humanity. Values without intention are just empty words, y'all. But values with intention become lived experiences. When you act from your values intentionally, people can feel that. People know that that's real. They know when you are showing up with genuine kindness and not performance kindness. Let me say that again. When you live intentionally, people can feel that. It shows when you're showing up with the truest form, genuine kindness that you can, and not just the performance kindness. They know when your honesty is delivered with love and not ego. They know when your loyalty is rooted in integrity and not obligation. Your value sets the foundation for your character. Did you know that? But your intention set the direction. Together with the character and the direction, they create the blueprint of how you show up in the world. When you move in alignment with your values and your intentions, baby, you don't just hold principles, you embody them. So think of this. Think about the intention of love. That's to expand and to connect. What about the intention of truth? That is to clarify and align. And then there's the intention of power, create and influence. Every human value carries a specific charge or intention that directs our energy. So, I think we're going to talk about the different types of intention here. Okay? Let's talk about the different types of intention. So, there are 5 different types of intention. Okay? So, the first one you have is survival intention. That comes from your need to feel safe. This might include avoiding conflict, staying small to not attract attention, or withdrawing to protect your spirit. They're not bad, they're protective, but they're rooted in fear. That's the survival intention. Healing intentions are born when you get tired of carrying emotional weight. These intentions push you toward journaling, therapy, reflection, changing your environment. Healing intentions say, I want to understand myself and not punish Let's say. Then we have the growth intention. This pushes you beyond your comfort zone. It's going to push you to go way out your comfort zone. This is going to stretch your creativity and challenge your thoughts, your beliefs to expand your mind. They encourage risk, bravery, and transformation. That's growth intention. Now we have relation, relational intent. This intention is focused on how you show up in connections with people. Your intention might be to listen more deeply, to communicate more clearly, love more compassionately, or to set boundaries without guilt. That's relational intentions. And then the last one, which is very, very, very important to me, is your spiritual intention. These are the deepest. They guide your alignment with peace, purpose, and higher consciousness. They influence the way your mindset meditates, manifests, connects with spirit, and navigates life unseen forces. Different intentions serve different seasons. Let me say that again. Different intentions serve different seasons. The power part is knowing which season you're in. All right. So we're going to take a quick break, real quick here. And then when I come back, I'm going to talk about the 5 levels of intentions. Okay. I'm going to talk about the 5 levels of intentions right after this.
Washing off yesterday's weight, spilling the steam, peace.
All right, everybody, it's that time in the show of Daily Dose of D that I do the product of today, the product of D-Day, okay? The product of D-Day is Samaka Essentials Nerve Comfort Topical. Okay, let me get it right for you. This is the Nerve Topical, Medicinal Topical. So this nerve reboot oil, this is a soothing herbal blend formatted to calming, tingling, numbness, and nerve discomfort. Yes, that's what this is for. Alicia Dion speaks highly of this. So this oil supports circulation. It's going to reduce inflammation, and it helps restore natural nerve function. So what you're going to do is just, when you get this, take this, massage it on the area that you need, and then it relaxes the body. I have tried it. It works. Okay. So once you go on over to Shamaki Essentials, www.com, Shamaki Essentials, the entire site is still on 30% discount until December 25th. So go ahead and order, even if it's after the holiday, y'all can still order right now to get that discount. And don't forget to use the Big 30. Now that discount's only lasting for got a couple of more days. So go over there and make sure you order right away. Go ahead and tap in with Shamaki Essentials.
Feel divine. Every drop's a blessing by design. Soap so rich, spray so clean. Burning candles while I live my dream. Crystal charged, my spirit's high. Anointed oil, now watch me rise. Not just a scent, it's essential. I stay tapped in with Jamaica essentials.
Act like the person you want to become. That's not fake it till you make it, by the way. This is intentional. Intentionally act like the person you want to become.
Welcome back, family. Make sure you tap into Shamaki Essentials. Y'all heard that, okay? So now, I want to talk about the 5 levels of intention. Let's go ahead and get into the 5 levels of intention. Let's take this first level. What's this first level be? Well, the first level is unconscious intention. When you don't fully understand why you do what you do. I've had this happen so many times. But you operate from habit, upbringing, or emotional reflection. That's where most people live until they intentionally wake up. That's the first level. That's why I said I've been here before. Unconscious intent. This is where mostly everybody is at until they actually know what intention really is, okay? So the second level is emotional intention. This action drives from temporary feelings. When you're angry, your intentions are feelings. When you're lonely, they're soft. When you're insecure, they're defensive. Emotional intention is unstable because it changes with your mood. Okay? That is the second level of intention. So then you have the third level. The third level is what BBD, mental. They call it mental intention, right? The third level is mental intention. Decisions made from logic, thought, reasoning, and planning. This level can be very, very powerful, but it also lacks depth if not connected to the heart. Okay? So the third level is mental. Now we're on to the fourth level, and it's a soulful intention. So this intention is decisions made from your intuition, from your wisdom, from the things that you experience, and a deep inner truth. This level requires honesty with yourself. It's where clarity actually lives. Now we're at the fifth level. This is the universal intention. When your choices align with something bigger than you. This is when your intention supports the collective, not just yourself. It's when your purpose and your present impact others in meaningful ways. This is the level spiritual leaders, healers, visionaries, and creatives often operate from, the fifth level. Okay? So let me go through those levels one more time. The first level, unconscious intention. The second level, emotional intention. The third level, mental intention. The fourth level, soulful intention. And the fifth level is universal intention. So the goal isn't to live on one level forever. It's to learn how to recognize when your intentions are coming from and elevate them to growth. Let me say that again. The goal isn't to live on one level forever. It's to learn how to recognize when your intentions are coming from and to elevate them as you grow. All right. We're about to hit the most powerful part of this conversation to me coming up next. So I want you to breathe, reset, because when we get back, we're gonna get into one of the most intentions that I love the most. Okay, so we're gonna take a little break because get your mind right. Okay, right after this lesson.
So be intentional, set intention. Now, how do you do that? How do you create intention in your life? Well, the first thing that you have to know in your life, what are my core values? Who am I? I define my core values by using an action statement that begin with, I am a man who. And then I measure every decision I make and every action I take by that standard. Am I being who I say I am?
soul shining underneath the moon. No race, no rival, just love we know. COC moving in a sacred flow. Every breath, every touch, every sound lifts us higher when the love comes around. Flow, flow, we let it guide us slow. COC together, that's how we grow. No fear, no pressure, just truth we show. Love is the rhythm in the flow. Soft words spoken, healing.
Welcome back, family. I hope you are enjoying this discussion about intention today. You know what an has who has good intention? The COC. We have good intentions on giving you positive words, things to help heal your body. All the intention was based on into the COC is for good intention to help you be a higher version of you. So make sure you subscribe to all the beautiful content creators that are scrolling right there underneath and get your intentions pure and get to the higher version of yourself. Okay? So now we're going to talk about a higher realm, the spiritual meaning of intention. Okay? So, spirituality, intention, is a frequency. It's the vibration you send out into the universe that communicates your inner truth. You don't manifest with your words, you manifest with your intention. Let me say this again. You don't manifest with your words, you manifest with your intention. The universe listens to the energy behind your action, not the surface level behavior. Intention are spiritual contracts. When you say, I intend to heal, you enter an agreement with the universe to receive lessons that support that healing. When you say, I intend to grow, you attract circumstances that stretch you. When you say, I intend to love, you attract opportunities to deepen your capacity for connection. Intention in your way of speaking to the unseen forces that shape your life. It bridges the gap between the spiritual and the physical. It gives your prayers direction, your rituals purpose, and your manifestation potency. So, what are some of the key aspects of spiritual intention? Spiritual intention requires clarity. You cannot manifest what you are unclear about. Let me say that again. You cannot manifest what you are unclear about. If you're not clear what you're manifesting, you can't do it. It requires sincerity. Your intention must come from truth and not your ego. It comes from truth and not that big ego. And it requires alignment. You can't intend peace with living in chaos or intend abundance while constantly affirming lack. Spiritual intention is used in meditation, where you set the tone for your inner energy. It's used in prayer when you communicate with your heart's desire. It's used in manifestation work where you align your energy with your goals. It's used in healing where you consciously invite transformation. You can also use spiritual intention in everyday moments, every aspect of your life. When you walk into a room, you can set the intention to be grounded. When you speak, you can intend to be clear. When you love, you can intend to be present. Every action becomes more sacred when paired with spiritual intent. All right, family. We're heading into the final dimension of this intention. So tap right back in right after this break. Thank you for watching Daily Dose of Wisdom.
You can't keep telling people, nor can you allow people to keep telling you, my intention was this, my intention was that, if your actions or their actions don't align with their so-called intention. I feel like it's kind of manipulative for someone who does not show anything through actions to keep telling you, my intention wasn't to do this. I will say this though, I genuinely feel like some people can have good intentions, but for whatever reason, it doesn't always translate through their behavior. I can understand that there are some things that people would like to do. There's certain things they're not used to. The problem is when someone is very much aware of their actions, but keeps using the excuse of, it wasn't my intention. In those cases, there's really no room for excuses. And because you're not actively trying to do something different, it means that your intention isn't as pure and isn't as genuine. We can all intend to do something, but if our actions don't align, then that intention is void.
Welcome back, family. Now we're at the home stretch of this intention. Now we are at the home stretch of this word called intention, y'all. We're going to talk about duality of intention. Yes, there's duality in this. There's duality in everything. So, intention has two sides, right? One rooted in light and one rooted in shadow. Light intention is pure. It comes from love, wisdom, clarity, and alignment. Shadow intention comes from ego, fear, unresolved wounds, and unmet needs. You could do the right thing with the wrong intention and end up with the wrong outcome. You can help someone because you want to feel needed, not because you genuinely care. You can stay in a relationship out of fear of being alone, not because it feeds your spirit. You can apologize to keep the peace, not because you believe you were wrong. Duality shows up in everything. It shows up when your heart wants one thing, but your fear wants another. It creates emotional conflict. You say yes, but you really mean no. You hold on, but you really want to release. You smile, but you're really broken. Understanding duality helps you clean your intentions so that your actions match your truth. Active intention, using your will to make things happen. Receptive intention, surrendering and allowing a higher intention to move through you. Developing intention from the heart. This isn't a mental exercise. To develop heart centered intention, you have to move out of your ego, which wants to control, and into the heart, which wants to contribute. So ask yourself, if I wasn't afraid of the outcome, what would my aim be right now. Developing intention from the heart requires emotional honesty. You must be willing to sit with yourself without judgment at all. You must acknowledge your wounds without letting them control you. Heart intention. You know what heart intention is? What is the most loving choice I can make here for myself and for others? To develop heart intention, you may have to slow down a little bit. You may have to breathe deeper. Take them deep breaths. You might be feeling like I ain't gonna be able to do this. You have to turn into the spaces inside you where truth lives. You must release the performance version of yourself, the one created to survive your past. Heart intention comes from vulnerability, come, and vulnerability comes from safety. And healing is what's going to create that safety. So when you set intentions from your heart, your decisions become softer and clearer. You choose peace over pride. You choose authenticity over approval. And you choose alignment over popularity. And that's when life begins to feel sacred. That's when your relationships deepen. That's when your creativity expands. That's when your presence becomes healing without even trying. Intention. It's the quiet thread stitching together your past, your present, and the person you're becoming. It's the pulse beneath your choices, the whispers beneath your doubts, the torches that lights the dark corners of your journey. Some people live by accident. Some people live by habit. And some people even live by fear. But the ones who transform, the ones who break cycles, heal lineages, break generational curses, and rewrite destiny, they live with intention. Intention is the moment you have the courage to say, enough. I deserve better. I am ready, and I choose me. It's the visible force that pushes you toward the people who help you grow, away from the ones who drained your soul. It's the energy that pulls miracles out of hiding, that organizes your chaos, that softens you when life tries to harden you. Intention is the prayer your soul makes without your lips moving. It's the vibration your heart echoes into the universe long before the blessing arrives at your doorstep. So speak it, live it, walk it, own it. Because when you move with intention, you don't just survive, you ascend. You just don't love, you illuminate, and you just don't grow, you bloom in places that you once there. All right, everyone. I want to thank everybody for coming to Daily Dose of Tea. I hope my intention, let me say this, was to make sure that the word intention is understood and that you got meaning and that this was helpful for you. That was my intention. My intention is always pure to give you the best information to help you be your higher self. So thank you for coming to the Love Palace. Peace and love to everyone. I will see you guys real soon. Be safe out there. Be safe outside in the streets. Be safe in the YouTube streets. Protect your peace and always, always set an intention. Peace and love, and I'll see you real soon.
Shamako in the building. We outside with it. Set the tone real quick. Yeah.
Walk in the spot, whole blast start glancing. And that's it first, whole room start dancing. Flow so clean, baby, this ain't random. Peace so deep, you ain't felt this tandem. Let it melt in, let your soul unwind. Every drop of blessing, baby, take your time. We kicking in the door, watch the whole vibe rise. Stepping with the glow and the healing we provide. We kicking in the door, watch the whole vibe rise. Stepping with the glow and the healing we provide. Shamako on the move, baby, feel this elevation. Self-care rhythm turning in liberation. Kicking in the door, who it be, who it be? Shamako bringing blessings to your skin, to your peace. From the glow to the flow, watch the magic increase. Healing ain't a hobby, baby, that's a whole life piece.
Body butter and sweet, ooh, baby, that pressure. Smelling like you walk fresh out a love letter. Scrub with the shimmer, stress get lesser. Glow so loud, gotta treat you like treasure. Feel that warm fries that your guard drop low. Yeah. It's that healing vibe, baby, this your glow.
From uptown to BK, baby, you gon' shine. Twins to the BX, this your sacred time. Let the stress fall back, let your aura climb. Shamako got the glow, you're divine by design. We kicking in the door, watch the whole ride rise. We outside. Shamako on the move, baby, feel the celebrations. We kicking in the door, watch the whole ride rise. Stepping with the glow and the healing we provide. Shamako on the move, baby, feel the celebration. Self-care rhythm turning to liberation.
Go heavy, feet steady. Shamaka, New York ready.
Go heavy,
Feet steady.
Oh, you can't find this in the store. Not this, baby. This right here. This is customized. You better get like me.
love like she don't just love, she heals and keep. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of tea in the land is free. In the love palace, ships dock even here. Yeah, we guide the tide. God is deep. Whispering back when your heart needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily dose.